Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Devangi Dwivedi, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Oral Pathology and Microbiology. Today, I am going to tell you about fibrous dysplasia. So, how to define a fibrous dysplasia? Fibrous dysplasia is a developmental tumor-like condition which is characterized by replacement of normal bone by a proliferation of cellular fibrous connective tissue with irregular bony trabeculae. This sporadic condition results from post-zygotic activating mutations in the GNAS gene, which encodes the alpha subunit of a stimulatory G protein. Clinically, fibrous dysplasia may involve one bone or multiple bones. In some cases, involvement of multiple bones may occur in conjunction with cutaneous and endocrine abnormalities. The extent of disease depends on when the GNAS mutation occurs. First, let's take up monostotic fibrous dysplasia. About 70% to 85% of patients with fibrous dysplasia have disease limited to a single bone. This is referred to as monostotic fibrous dysplasia. Monostotic fibrous dysplasia is diagnosed most often during the second and third decades of life. Males and females are affected with about equal frequency. Commonly involved sites include the craniofacial bones, ribs, femur, and tibia. Next, coming to the polyostotic fibrous dysplasia, Jaffe-Linston syndrome, McCune-Albright syndrome. A minority of patients with fibrous dysplasias exhibits involvement of two or more bones, which is referred to as polyostotic fibrous dysplasia. Most patients with polyostotic disease are diagnosed before 10 years of age, and there is a female predilection. The number of involved bones varies from a few to 75% of the entire skeleton. Presenting signs and symptoms typically are related to long bone involvement and include pain, pathologic fracture, limping, leg length discrepancy, and bowing deformity. Radiographic examination may reveal malformation of the proximal femur known as Coxa vara, Shepherd's crook deformity, or hockey stick deformity. A small subset of patients may exhibit polyostotic fibrous dysplasia in association with the following syndromes. Jaffe-Linston syndrome. It is characterized by polyostotic fibrous dysplasia and cafe au lait, which is coffee with milk pigmentation. McCune-Albright syndrome is characterized by polyostotic fibrous dysplasia, cafe au lait pigmentation, and multiple endocrinopathies. Last is the Maza-Brod syndrome, is characterized by fibrous dysplasia and intramuscular myxomas. The cafe au lait pigmentation may be congenital and consists of well-defined tainted macules. The macules are generally unilateral and most commonly affect the skin, although oral mucosal involvement also is possible. Next, coming to the histology or the microscopic features. Microscopic examination shows irregularly shaped trabeculae of immature, or we can call it as woven bone, in a cellular fibrous stroma. At the periphery, the lesional bone fuses with normal bone without a capsule or line of demarcation. The abnormal bony trabeculae tend to be thin and disconnected with curvilinear shapes likened to Chinese characters. Osteoblastic rimming is usually absent or minimal, and peritrabecular clefting, artifactual retraction of the stroma from the bony tuberculi, is common. In addition, tiny calcified spherules rarely may be seen but are never numerous. In later stages, the woven bone is replaced by lamellar bone with roughly parallel trabeculae. Fibrous dysplasia may appear more sclerotic in the jaw and skull than other sites. Microscopic variations include a pagetoid pattern, which is characterized by thick interconnected bone trabeculae, and a hypercellular pattern characterized by parallel bone trabeculae with numerous osteocytes and polarized osteoblastic rimming. Secondary aneurysmal bone cyst formation has been reported as well. Here we can see the microscopic photo for fibrous dysplasia. Lastly, coming to the treatment, fibrous dysplasia tends to stabilize upon skeletal maturation, and spontaneous regression even has been reported in a few cases. Therefore, conservative management is preferred. Some lesions nevertheless exhibit continued growth into adulthood. That was all for fibrous dysplasia. Thank you.